Sale day. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for being here. And today we have lots of wool, felted wool, and we have some bundles, and I've got some other nice stuff and quilt kits. I have quilt kits today. We need to get the rest of these kits to you guys. So, yeah, let's get a giveaway started. Everyone get in, and this giveaway is for your choice of cotton or wool. When you win, you're going to tell me cotton or wool, and you're going to get some little fabric swatches of either felted wool or cotton. So, welcome in, everybody. All right, I'm going to start with warm up with some interesting stuff. So, this is a bag of 12-inch by 1 yard steam a seam fusible web for applique. So that's the pack, what the pack says. And here's your 12 tall, 1 yard of this steam a seam for applique. And I haven't used this when I use heat and bond, but this one says trace, sticks. It's basically works the same way as heat and bond, I think, because you just iron, put it on to the wrong side, cut your fabric, then seam it together, then place it on your material and arrange it and iron. So someone wants this pack of steam a seam 1 yard 12-inch tall. Here we go.
Steam a seam.
Steam a seam. A nice pack of that type of stuff for applique. Thank you for your bid. And I'm doing 30 seconds, and then we'll go down to 10 or 15, depending on how awake everybody is. Sometimes when I do 10, I'm like, hello, because it goes too fast for some. So 1 yard of the 12-inch tall steam a seam for applique is going to, it looks like, our awesome friend, Stacy. Thank you, Esther. Right, towel, that's coming to you. All right, next item up. This is, so it originally came in this cute little bag, and it is Sue Daly Designs Playing with Paper. And it's the like patterns and instructions for using the paper triangles for like paper piecing. And it has the little patterns and stuff in here for doing that with the little paper triangles. And then it's got 2 big bags of 2 different sizes of the paper triangles. So if you like doing the paper piecing, this is like the Hexie's only triangles, right? And so yeah, and it's going to come all together with the original little bag and all those pre-cut paper triangles for you. So here we go. This one is going to run. And we're going to do 15 seconds.
15 seconds.
And everyone getting that giveaway that's running, and tell me cotton or wool when you win. So if someone wants this set of paper triangles, they're kind of like a cardstock little triangle that you can use to do all that fun kind of stuff. And Ellen SG is taking that. Thank you, Ellen.
Ellen MSG.
All right, this is a, let's see how long.
Thanks, Ellen.
All right, this is a Wonder Cut ruler, and it's in the original pack, but it's been opened. Gently used acrylic ruler. It has the little sandpaper sticky dots on the back. And this is by the Wonder Cut ruler, designed by Walter x2, the fastest and easiest way to make half square triangles. And it's a Quilters Rule International product. And it is 14.5 inches long by 6 inches wide. So it's a 6-inch ruler, like your typical ruler, and then 14 long, and it has all the markings on here for doing those half square triangles. So if someone would love to have this, it is running. So a nice ruler template. And it has on here their website if you want to go there to see any additional, help videos or whatever of how to use this nice acrylic ruler.
Ain't no takers on
All right,
that.
I went on that. Okay, and then there's 20 of these 12.5-inch wide. Oh, we're getting a winner. Let me pay attention to that first. Congrats, Key. Would you like cotton or wool? Cotton or wool? And then I'll pick you a prize.
Cotton.
Cotton. Okay, so
I
you're getting
will-
a little set of batik and this pretty little piece. Those are coming to you. Congrats. All right, so these are
Congrats.
12.5-inch paper. They're the kind that you just sew your fabric right onto these to make those fancy diamond quilt blocks. And there's 20 of these. So if someone would like this set, it will come shipped folded like that. Okay, so that it can fit in. And if I put it in a large, yeah, it's a little bit too big for that. So it will come shipped like this. And there's 20 of these that measure 12.5.
LNSG says pineapple blocks.
Yeah, pineapple blocks. That's what they're called. All right, so here we go. That's running 20 of these. So right on, and then you peel the paper off after. 20 of them for 12.5-inch blocks. Thank you for your bids. It feels like a wax paper without the wax.
Suppos takes that.
Thank you, Key. Those are coming to you. All right, handing those over. All right, and then this is 2 really pretty Civil War fabrics, orphaned blocks. They were in a scrap bag, and they're just 2 really pretty orphaned blocks. They are, let's see, 8.5-inch blocks. So 8.5-inch squares. They have the same pattern. 2 beautiful. Maybe they were extra blocks from something. Super pretty. You can make some really pretty pin cushions or coasters. And they are 8.5-inch pieced. Beautiful piece, Civil War fabric blocks, quilt blocks.
Maybe they're like Pinocchio and ran away from home.
Yeah, maybe. Thank you for your bids. 2 beautiful pieced blocks going to Val's. Congrats. Those are coming to you. All right. Here is a kit that is for a it is a quilt as you go table runner. And it has the instructions in here, handwritten, and it comes with the batting and then all the pre-cut strips and the muslin. And it's just one of those strip runners, and you've got the whole kit there and the instructions of how to do it. And so everything's there. Batting to make the top and the batting. And then it's nice that it comes with the batting already cut. Everything's already cut. This weighs 7 ounces. So quilt as you go table runner kit with the batting. So that is running if someone wants that little kit. And it looks like just some pretty, fall or Christmassy looking fabrics maybe. Doesn't look Christmas to me, but it might be. So quilt as you go table runner kit going to Carrie Mack.
Carrie Mick.
That's coming to you.
Thanks, Carrie Mick.
All right. Let's do this stack of fabric right here that are half yards. We're just going to blow through these really quick and do some half yards. This one is Maywood Studio. It's kind of a steel blade gray blue. Wow, that didn't come out right. With this beautiful bird vine design on it. Half yard. And we're going to do half yards, 10 seconds. Here we go. That one's running. If someone wants that one, Maywood Studio, half yard, beautiful blue gray bird star. There's a star in there. No takers on that half yard. All right, and this is a batik. Ooh, this one is really pretty. It has lemons. See the lemons in there? And that's beautiful colors. This one's actually 3/4 of a yard of batik. So 3/4 of a yard batik. That one's running 3/4 of a yard. That's gorgeous. Look at the purples and the blues. And then you've got the lemons in there. That's pretty. That is
Key
going to
takes that.
be, congrats, coming your way. All right, this one is marked
Key.
Moda Pieces from My Heart, Sandy Gervais. It's probably from the kind of primitive era, kind of a olive green gray with little squiggles on there. And it is right at an 18-inch half yard. Someone wants that one. Here we go. It's cut a little bit funky on the edge right there, but it's past a half yard. Right, it's the half yard starts right there.
Key takes that.
Thank you. All right, next up is a beautiful Civil War piece.
Thank you, Key.
It is a Minnick and Simpson Moda. Nice little cream and red print. And this one is coming in at 20-inch half yard. Here we go. 10 seconds. Beautiful cream and red. Nice little shirting type print. Civil War era. And that's going to
Key Septos.
All right, here's another shirting
Thank you,
type
Key.
one that's a Civil War look. This one is Mary Frances Thimble Friends 2005 Vintage Workshop. Just like a nice little shirting ticking.
Howdy, howdy, everybody.
It has little green dots and black ticking stripe. And this one is running half yard. That's running. Little shirting look. Little sage green dots on there. That one is going to Key. Thank you.
Thanks, Key.
All right, this one is a French General Fa la 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 la. So it's one of the French General Christmas lines. And it's kind of a like vine, sage green vine on cream. Has the nice French General. And that's right at 18-inch half yard. Beautiful Moda French General. This is one of their out of print ones.
The banks. The river in Paris.
Thank you for your bids. That one's going to S. Right.
Haupt.
I love this piece. And I don't know who made it because we don't have the marked part. It's white with this beautiful green floral vine and speckle. And it is right at a half yard, and it's a nice feel cotton. Half yard running white with green. Isn't that pretty? I just think that's so pretty. It kind of has a lacy look. Stephanie likes it. Thank you, Steph.
Stephanie Bro.
All right, this is a pretty piece too. This one definitely fits in Civil War. And I don't think this one has marked. Yeah, no marked selvage on this one. White background, and then you've got the black and yellow floral old-fashioned look. And this one is right at 18-inch half yard.
Just an old-fashioned love.
That one is
song
running
coming down in 3/4 harmony.
half yard, a pretty white with black
Just
and
an
yellow.
old-fashioned love song.
No takers.
One I'm surely built for.
All right, I'm going to run these two together because
Hey,
they're from
GPS.
the same collection. And they have these pretty bows on them. And it is Anna Griffin for Wyndham. So you've got the cream with the kind of mauvey pink ribbon bows that look like little laurel wreaths. And then you've got it in the sage green as well. And they do also have these little dots on them in a couple of places. So you're getting 2 half yards, Anna Griffin Wyndham coordinated set. And I'm going to do a $6 start on that. You get them both. Aren't those beautiful? Little bows in the sage green and kind of mauvey pink. Thank you.
Yes.
Right out. All right, this piece is so pretty. It has more of a vintage feel, like you found it at your grandma's house. And that's all that's on there. Sell something. All right. Fashion, and then it says fashion fabrics right here. This is so pretty. It's this beautiful, sweet little yellow and little touches of tiny purple blooms on here. And this is a 18-inch half yard. And it is
Awesome.
ripping. It is a nicer cotton, so it's got a nice feel. It's just definitely more vintage. I just think that's so pretty with the tiny little purple blossoms, cream color background. And that's going to
Takes
Key.
those.
Thank you.
Thank you, Key.
All right, this is a nice piece that is Henry Glass.
Henry Glass half full.
And this one looks, maybe it's shy of a, yeah, this one's 16-inch. 16-inch width of fabric, Henry Glass.
Or as our
So we're
friend
gonna run this one
would
for
say,
free.
Henri.
That's running just
Glass.
a nice off-white with these little swirly tan sprigs. It's a nice piece. And it's taking that.
Gets the Henri.
All right, this is a pretty piece. This kind of looks to me like it went with retro, like 1930s stuff. But I don't have a marked part of the selvage. It's little light blue dots, and then every once in a while you have a little bit bigger pink dot. So to me, that looks like a 1930s repro blender piece. And it's right at a half yard. That's running, if someone wants that cute piece. Little retro look dot. Off-white with pink and blue. And that's going to Key.
Key Sato.
Congrats. All right, this is a
Thank you,
gorgeous
Key.
piece. Look at these beautiful swirled little roses on this gorgeous piece. And this one is Antique Rose by Michelle Black somebody for somebody. I'm not sure. But it's a pretty, pretty half yard. Yeah, right at 18-inch. That one is running now. The little rosebuds all in these swirls. It's so pretty. Super sweet. And Key is taking that pretty piece.
He's Thanks, Keys.
All right, here's a couple of stash builder bundles. And what that means is they're pieces that I'm just going to kind of guess or, show you approximately what size they are. And then you get the whole bundle. So we've got these Moody, this is a Moody dark purple, and it's a woven. It's one of those really smooth wovens, fat quarter. So you've got a fat quarter. This one is a scrappy fat eighth. There's a full fat eighth of fabric there, and then you've got a little extra. That's a gorgeous purple marble. And then this piece, I think, is a half yard. Hand spray by RJR from 2003 of that gorgeous maroon marble. And it's a half yard. Okay, so you get a half yard, a little fat eighth, and then this fat quarter. Just three really moody, fun pieces. And that one's starting at 5. You get those 3 beautiful marbles. And this one's that's got kind of a line in it. No takers on that bundle. Okay. This is kind of a fall blender bundle. You get these 2 really cute plaid checks, and then this one that's a larger scale, half yard, fat quarter, or no, quarter yard and fat quarter. So half yard, quarter yard, fat quarter. That bundle is running. Little check plaids that would go great with your fall stuff. Really cute pieces. These are all Quilt Shop quality. And those are going to Key. Congrats. That bundle's coming your way.
Thanks, Key.
This is a really pretty bundle of fall tones. This fun little basket weave check. This really cool one. I'm not sure what that design is, but it's super cool. And then this really pretty one. So you're getting all of those, and we've got fat quarter, quarter yard, and fat quarter. So 2 fat quarters and a quarter yard in this little bundle. And that's running. 2 fat quarters and a quarter yard. Cool basket weave. This one is such a fun design. Look at all those textured designs on there. And this one's really cool. That ombre. Valdas is taking that.
Vals.
Or Valdals. All right, this is a green bundle.
Thank you, Val.
Just a bunch of pretty green pieces. And there's a couple of pieces of that in a scrap. And we've got, let's see, that one looks like a fat eighth, a fat quarter, a fat quarter. So 2 fat quarters, a fat eighth, and then these pieces that looks like a fat quarter, and then some extra scrap pieces of that really pretty one. So all greens. Stash builder bundle. That's running. Those are all nice pieces. Thank you. Those are going to Key. Congrats.
You are the sunshine, baby. Whenever you smile.
Here's another green bundle. These are all different greens. This is like the kind of green, yellow. This is one of those Daiwabo blends that are kind of like mimic. It's a screen print. It mimics kind of how they do batiks. This one is a Patrick Losey half yard. So Patrick Losey half yard marble in green. And then you've got this one that is a fat quarter, and this one is a fat quarter. So 3. So this is a total of a yard of fabric here. That's running. Stash Builder Bundle, 3 pieces, half yard, 2 fat quarters going to Val.
Val's.
Congrats.
Good get Val, thanks. Nice greens.
All right, this is a pretty little fall bundle. This is a gorgeous print. Look how pretty that
Hey,
is.
Jan Hall,
And then you've got
welcome
this
in.
really cool, and then this one that has the little check with the stars in it. It's a really sweet piece. All right, and this one is this one's a third of a yard, and it's a Hoffman, vintage Hoffman screen print, third yard. And then this one is like a third yard, and it's missing a little chunk. Let me see. Yeah, it's like, see how it's got a little chunk cut out of it, but it's about a third yard missing that little chunk. And
Like it
then
was
this pretty
vicious.
little plaid with the stars is a half yard, and it is marked Northern Lights by somebody for Ben Artex. So it's a vintage Ben Artex. Kitty Corner, that's what it says. Kitty Corner Designs. It's a really cute piece. All right, so 1, 2, and 3. And again, that one was missing a little chunk out of it. Nice little set there. That's running. So half yard, a third yard missing a chunk, and a third yard. Thank you, Keith. Those are
Thank you,
coming to
Keith.
you. These are all 8-inch wide. So these were probably things she was prepping for, a project. So 8-inch wide, you get this piece that is Timeless Treasures, or no, Quilting Treasures. And then this really pretty piece that is Willow by Timeless Treasures. And then you get this piece that is labeled Coffee House by Debbie Ron for Henry Glass. So 1, 2, 3. So these are all 8-inch strips with a fabric. 8 times 3 is 24, right? So that's
Yes,
like
ma'am.
2/3 of a yard of 3 really
Your math
pretty
is spot on
pieces.
today. Just don't ask for a question right now about multiplication.
All right, that's running. All right, this is really pretty. I like that print. It's kind of an ombre, and then it has that beautiful little fern leaf, and then you've got this nice crosshatch and this beautiful red crosshatch. And those are going to Key. Congrats.
Key takes that.
All right, you guys want to see some felted wool, or do you want to see some quilt kits? What's the vote in chat? Those are coming to you.
Thanks, Key.
Quilt kits next, or kits?
We got a kit is the first
Kit
response.
was the first
Then wool
response.
quickly after that.
All right, let's do all right, let's do this one. All right, this one I'm going to show you the pattern and then show you what's in here. All right, here's your pattern. It is round robin.
We got it both.
Piece blocks and borders surround an applique center, includes 2 applique center plus variations and 42 piece blocks. And it makes either a wall 67 by 67 or a bed 87 by 87, depending on how you decide to do it. There's definitely enough fabric in here for the bed. So this has, it weighs 4 pounds, 6 ounces, and you have all the pre-cut fabric in here in strips and 2 different sizes of strips. And you've got all the little kits in here. So everything's pre-cut because they did it as a block of the month. And then you've got your huge pieces for whatever, month 12. So this is a complete kit that they did as block of the month. All your fabrics in there. And this is your beautiful, beautiful pattern. Okay. All right, so I'm going to run this one. 4 pounds, 6 ounces of fabric with the pattern. All right, so this one goes under my largest quilt kits. I think here 3 to 4 pounds. And I have this one priced at, let's see, we've run this one before, so I'm going to start it at $69. So if someone wants that kit, definitely enough fabric in there that you could consider this about 8 yards of fabric. So no one on that. Okay. All right, and then this one is a Christmas quilt kit. The fabrics in here are gorgeous. It is called Delightful December, Sandy Gervais Moda. Here is your layout and picture, and then everything is pre-cut. So it's just it's a pretty basic pattern because you're just making these blocks and then you're putting them together and then you're adding border, 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 edge. So it's a pretty simple, this would be, I mean, it's a big quilt, but it wouldn't be that difficult. And here is your fabric for the big border around the edge. Everything is pre-cut for your blocks to make these blocks. Okay, I don't have detailed instructions on this one for how to make these blocks other than this and this. So if you're not an experienced quilter, this might be, a difficult project. Let me show you. And I don't have measurements on there. It does have a website on there on the thing that she printed. But look at these beautiful, beautiful fabrics, all pre-cut, ready to assemble these blocks and make this quilt. So, and this one weighs, I think the name of the quilt, the name of the quilt is on here, Delightful December. This weighs 3 pounds, 2 ounces, and I'm going to start it at 54. And we've calculated 8.5 yards plus all those 2-inch strips plus all of the larger pieces that are 27-inch or 27 strips that are the larger size. All right, so this is a lot of fabric. All right, and here we go.
Whole lot of fabric.
That one is running. Someone would love to have that set. 8.5 yards of fabric in there, lots of pre-cuts, and you could take it and do whatever you want with it. All right, no takers on that one. Okay.
Welcome in.
Those are big kits.
Jeanette.
So, keep that in mind. Those are pretty large kits. All right, this one is called, I have this one listed. A Day at the Lake. It makes a 74 by 86 quilt. Let me show you the picture. This is so pretty. So it's a nautical theme, and it's really, really cute. And it has the nice pattern in here, and then here's all your fabrics, and it comes with a nice mesh project bag. So this is really, really a nice kit. And these fabrics are by, oh, and it also makes a pillow. It's the fabrics are A Day at the Lake by Laura Marshall for Wilmington. And there are 9 to 10 yards of fabric in here for the quilt and the pillow. There's a matching pillow that goes with it. So here, let me just show you that again. So bonus project pillow. And then here's your quilt. Finish size 74 by 86. All right, and you get the mesh bag. And I have this one at a really good price. Did you sell one of these before? I feel like I ordered this. Oh, no, I haven't had this one before. Or I mean, I've showed it before, but it didn't sell. So, because I still have the listing.
Yes,
in there.
but I have.
You're gonna take that though, because it's a beautiful quilt, isn't it? Probably you remember seeing it. Oh, here, put this in there. That was the original bag. So just so you see what that one originally was marked at. All right.
There you go. The original designer bag coming to you.
All right. This is a Thimbleberry kit. And this is a nice set. And she's done a lot of the work on this one. It's a Thimbleberry Build-A-Village. It makes an 80 by 102. And these are all in
Right, in case building a bear is not enough for you.
These are all in their little folders in plastic things. And then let's see. 6 of the blocks are completed. So inside each little folder, you'll either find the fabric or the completed blocks. So like this one is the completed block for that month that's in there. And this is a complete set. Everything's there. Either the fabric for the blocks or the completed block inside. And then let me show you how cute this is. It's kind of a folk art style quilt. And you see that block we just saw right there. Is that not adorable? Oh, Leslie Quilts is going to work with you on that. That's nice. And this weighs 2 pounds, 8 ounces. All right. So it's just all the blocks. And then the last one has your potting shed. And then it looks like you have to decide what you're going to do for your borders. Yeah. Okay. Because it doesn't come with a kit for the borders, which it looks like they're just strip borders. So you're going to just pick something for that. And let me get this back in here. Okay, they're not going back in easy. So I'm going to run it first and then we will let me see if this one I listed. I can't remember. No, I did not. Okay, so this one goes under a 2-pound kit. And I have this one priced. Here we go. This is actually $10 off of what I had it priced at last time. So it's a really nice kit. And again, 6 of your blocks are already completed. So a good amount of the work is already done on that one. All right, no takers. Do you want me to show you some more of these blocks? Anyone wants some more little tempting views of some of these beautiful blocks that are already done? And these are so nice. She did beautiful work, as you guys have seen in the past. So beautiful, beautiful work. So that's number 2. That's block number 2 that is right here on the quilt. Block number 3, the apple orchard, also complete. How cute is that? Nice little folder in there. All right, let me put these back in order. All right, let me know if someone thinks about that one and wants me to run it again. So Thimbleberry Village. And I might need help getting this back in the bag because these keep sliding.
Okay. I think you got it.
I got it. All right, so those are in there. If someone wants me to run that again, let me know. Just say Thimbleberry kit. All right, this is a gorgeous set in lavender. And it is called Under Wraps, a Mystery Quilt. Everything is pre-cut and labeled, and it makes a 56 by 80 quilt top. And here is your pattern with everything, and she labeled everything so you know exactly what her intent was for every bit of this. And it's a Debbie Caffrey 1995 pattern. And let me show you the fabrics. And 56 by 80. Again, here's your main. Some of these are, so she's got this beautiful lavender kind of grunge. And then this is your main fabric. This beautiful purple green lattice vine. And then there's a bunch of other contributing
So
fabrics
says
in
the
there.
lavender under wraps. Oh, that's one you got.
Yeah, that's the one I have right here. So, and this one I have marked at 49. It weighs 2 pounds, 13 ounces. All right, and that's running. So everything in there, all pre-cut, all labeled, everything's there. Beautiful lavender and cream colors.
No, not on that
Nope.
bad girl.
Okay. That one doesn't look like it would be too hard if you know how to do the different stars. So that's pretty. All right. This one is a massive kit. It is it's a branded one that she bought all together. And it includes the back and the binding. And this is a Sandy Gervais Moda Pieces from My Heart Thanksgiving fall quilt. It's called Running Scared. Has the fun turkey. And this one makes a 44 by 44. But it comes with the turnover charm pack, and it comes with the 5-inch square charm pack. And then it also has this. I mean, to me, the size of this quilt, I think she's got enough fabric in here to make two. um from the looks of it. And then here's your nice pattern. And there is, she wrote on here, has back and binding. So everything's in here for the whole quilt except for your batting. So this is a nice set. And it's in one of these nice big bags. And this weighs 6 pounds, 6 ounces. So yeah, it's a ton of fabric in here. Let me see where we have that. And I have this one marked at 139 because you have so much fabric in here. I'm going to discount a little bit and do 129. All right. So that is running if someone wants this amazing kit with all that fabric. So Sandy Gervais Moda, Running Scared. Look at these beautiful fabrics in here. All right. No takers on that. You loved all that fabric. Yeah. Yeah. It's a good kit. So all right, I'm going to set those up there. All right, I do have 3 other ones that are Civil War kits. Let me get these to settle down. Then this one is a felted wool project, and then this one is an embroidery quilt project. So tell me if you are a felted wool person and want to see those. All right, and then this one is Bonnie Blue Quilts. It makes a cotton club. It makes a 78 by 83. I think I have this one listed.
That's right. A quilt to cover your bust.
I have this one listed. Some of these bigger ones I listed. No, it doesn't look like I did that one. Okay. All right, this weighs about 8 pounds. All right, so these were block of the month, and the kits are here, and you didn't write on here for me how many of them were finished. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so it looks like the first 4, the blocks are already finished. Then we've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 4 of the 12 blocks are complete. And this is all beautiful Civil War fabrics. And then the fabric for each block is in the little thing and in the little packet. And then there's just a boat ton. Let me show you down here of extra fabric in this bin. I'm not going to ship it in the bin. We'll ship it in a, in a big bag. But you've got all this extra fabric. And let me find 12 that shows you the finished quilt. And everything's pre-cut, in here. So this is a really nice quilt. 2 and 3 and 4. Those are the finished ones. And then let me see if this last kit shows us. Yeah, here's your finished quilt. And this packet has the fabric for the borders. So 78 by 83 Bonnie Blue quilts. Block of the month. All right, so that's your ending
That runs.
kit. I haven't even run it. I've been showing you.
Okay.
Okay. All right, and this one I'm running at 129.
129. Welcome in, Pat. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, Madeline.
All right, 8 pounds of fabric in here. And 4 of the kits, the blocks are already done. You can see there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you've got, 8 more that you need to finish. All right, no takers on that.
Maybe we should do some wool.
Yeah, let's do some felted wool. And look in the auction tab. The other 2 quilt kits that I have that are Civil War are listed. So look in there and let me know if you want me to pull those out and show them, because it does take a hot minute, to open those up and show what's in there. So I don't want to bore everybody with those if nobody wants them. All right. Oh, thank you, Steph.
Steph.
Have a great
Appreciate it.
day.
Thanks for modding.
All right, felted wool. You told me you put it all over here. And are they sorted by?
They're marked and sorted. The only ones I didn't mark are large because they're obvious.
Wow, this is a huge bin of wool, you guys. All right, felted wool. Let's start with the itty bitties. So this is like a felted wool scrap bag of little pieces that you can use to craft with. And here's a good example of one that she made, where you use itty bitty pieces to make flowers, stems, leaves, all the tiny little pretty things on this quilt. This is one of her quilts, so I'll hang it up here for inspiration. Okay, so you can see that. All right, so itty bitty, and these weigh 3 ounces, right? Is what you told me.
Yep, unless I made a mistake and made
Oh, and some of them he made a little bit bigger, I think, which is fine.
They all weigh at least 3
So
ounces.
small felted wool bags. That's running. So if you want one of these little small felted wool scrap bags, has just a little bit of
That one
everything
has
in
a special
there.
tag.
Junk, paper,
Scissors. You have to read the tag.
Oh, this says extra small, low sodium. Okay, low sodium, JP.
That's right.
All right, here's a small bag, but the pieces are not the itty bitties. So they're decent, bigger pieces, but still a small bag that weighs at least 3 ounces. All right, so felted wool scrap bag, not the itty bitty pieces, bigger pieces.
Thank you,
Still
Ellen.
the small size. You get everything in there.
That one has a special tag too.
This has a special tag that says the official felted wool
Threads.
of NASCAR. Not sure why. The official felted wool of NASCAR. You just got that. All right, here is a medium bag. So the medium bags are bigger pieces than the smalls. Get a nice variety in there, and these weigh 4 to 5 ounces. All right, 4 to 5 ounces. Here we go. That's right. So medium bag, felted wool pieces. And they're packed full. Felted wool is actually pretty light. So you get a lot of
LNSG.
wool in these bags.
Thank you, Ellen.
Thank you. All right, here is. Did you not do very many mediums?
I had mostly large and small stuff.
Oh.
We're getting low on
We're getting low on medium
size pieces.
Okay, so here's another medium. It looks like there's a lot of neutrals, some black and some greens in that one. So medium, 4 to 5 ounces felted wool pieces. That's
Desert
Desert.
Threads. Thank you, Desert Threads.
All right, I'll have to see if there's more mediums in here, but we'll do a couple of large bags. All right, so here's a nice large bag, and these weigh 8 to 11 ounces. And we're usually pretty generous. So, all right, that one is running. So this is a large piece felted wool bag. There's some lavender, some saffron, some black, some plaid. Nice pieces in there. Going to Desert Thread.
Thank you, Desert Threads.
All right, in the name of designer bags as well. Yes, these are all in designer plastic bags.
That's right.
All right, this one is a large. It's got some tan, some brown, some cream, some reds. A little bit of that blue herringbone. All right, here we go. Large felted wool bundle is running. Here are your bids. And that bag is going to Ellen. Congrats, Ellen.
Thank you, Ellen.
All right, this one has. I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna open it because it was hard to see. All right. Darks, charcoal blues, and another kind of blue. Big pieces in this one. Large bag. Here we go. That's running. Going back in the designer bag.
Right. Desert Threads takes that. That one I don't think seals well. That's probably partly why it's taped.
Okay. All right, here's another large one. It has some yellows, some blacks, some tan, and this really pretty kind of green tone herringbone. So that's a nice bag. Here we go. That one is running. Large of felted wool bundle. 8 to 11 ounces of nice felted wool pieces. Going to Desert Threads. All right, let's run another small. This one looks like it's all like a lot of strips. And there's a lot of greens and then a little bit of reds in this one. So this is a small. So if you're doing leaves and stems and little things like that, or like to just do little small projects. If I can get this to come up. 3 ounces of felted wool scraps. Small bag. There's still some pretty decent chunks in there. It's just, you also get some nice smaller pieces.
S. Bright House takes that. Thank you, S. Bright House.
There's another small. Ooh, this has some really pretty colors in here. There's some really pretty oranges, reds, greens, and these look like nice little chunk pieces. 2 ounces of felted wool. That's running. I see some teal in there too. That's a pretty variety.
Yes,
Thank
but
you.
I helped. Thank you. Yes.
All right, this one is a small. These are all small strips and pieces, and there's a lot of neutrals in here. Lots of creams and browns, and then a few other little pieces in there. Upcycled designer bag. Felted wool is running.
We save every bag. I mean, as long as it's not dirty.
Oh yeah, well if it's we only use bags that
Yes,
held fabric. So you can see this is something that I bought 1 yard for $5. I saved the bag.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, here's another medium. Let me see if I can open this one and show you what's in it because it's hard to see. Yeah, I don't want people to have to produce more plastic bags, so I'm all about reusing them, but these all just held fabric. So this is a medium bag, lots of nice pieces in there. Okay. Medium bag. So 4 to 5 ounces of felted wool. That's running. And that's really pretty. Look at that. Some nice reds, blacks, kind of a peachy color, some green.
Desert Threads.
Desert Threads. It's taking that medium bag. All right. Here's a large. This has a really nice big piece of a cream. So that's a good one because you could dye it yourself. And then you've got this dark rich brown, that really pretty herringbone type woven. So this is a large wool. 8 to 11 ounces. That selection is running. Yeah, Bert and I are from the era of your mom saved every plastic bag, and when you went to school in the winter, you wore Wonder Bread bags on your feet under your galoshes so that your feet wouldn't get wet. Did anyone else do that? So
well, I didn't live where it
snowed. I did that. So you would
I put
get ready for school, to walk to school. So Terry knows what I'm talking about. Yep. So you would get ready, you'd have socks on, then you'd put the Wonder Bread bags over your socks and then slide your feet in the boots because rubber boots inevitably had cracks in them back then and you would get wet feet otherwise. Oh, this is a nice bag. That is gorgeous. So is that one. Look at this beautiful herringbone, beautiful yellow, and then this gorgeous set of pieces here, and then this beautiful heathered blue. Ooh, this is the bag I would want, just saying. All right, large wool bag. Here we go.
I think you know what S. Brighthouse was talking about how she was poor. I think most people were poor.
I think most people were poor. I mean, if you're over 60, really over 50, a lot of us grew up in a time where most people, most average Americans grew up very, you know, very
I wouldn't say poor. I'd say
I would say
modest.
modest. Yeah, we
Yeah.
all had modest
Desert
homes.
Threads. Yeah.
Desert Threads taking that. And that was just life. And you know what? Life was a lot simpler. That is for dang sure. For dang sure. And with even with a lot of the tragedy that happened in my childhood, I would say I had a very, very good childhood. We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of friends. You were free to move about and do things. Um, so yeah. Yeah, I had no idea how poor I was either. And I really was because my dad was killed in an airplane accident and my mom was a single mom to four kids, and we had almost nothing. Except we had a lot of family and friends and everybody that took care of us. All right, this is a medium. This is a medium. So here's another medium bag. Let me get that one pulled back up. 4 to 5 ounces. This one's got a lot of green and red, and then some kind of yellow. Lots of pretty reds and greens in there. That looks like something you could do really Christmassy with that, huh?
Yeah, that's Brighthouse.
That's Brighthouse. That. I'm seeing Christmas ornaments with that bag. All right, here is a bursting out of the bag, literally. It says new smaller package, same great taste. This is what happens when you put Bert in charge of packaging
Did you
things.
see Leslie's question on the kits? We can't find them in the store.
Oh, so let me just show you really quick which ones those are. I'll pin them for you.
Oh, Leslie says, how can I see the last two quilt kits?
The last two that I showed were not, I didn't specifically list them, so I'll just have to kind of show them again. The ones that I have listed are this one that is called Golden's Journey. Let me pin that one. So if you want to look at that one at the details, I've got lots of pictures and everything in that one. And then I have this one listed that is called Civil War Tribute. This one is an amazing kit. So I have that one listed. So let me pin that one too. And this one is pretty pricey, but you'll see why if you read through it. Because she has a ton of Judy Rothermill extra fabric in the box that you get with this kit. So it's an amazing kit. So those are the two probably most pricey, biggest kits. And then those other ones that I showed, this one I don't have pre-listed. This Cotton Club one block of the month that I showed a minute ago. So if you want me to show that again, I'll have to pull it back out and show it again. All right, so this is the Tiny Scraps Bursting at the Seams small wool bag. So if you like the tiny little pieces. That's running 3 ounces, and we'll get a different bag because obviously that's not going to be able to be shipped like that. He ran out of bags, I guess. And that is going to Desert Threads. Thank you. Let me put that over here. Oh, I think he had a piece of tape across it and it burst. All right. I'll let him deal with that. All right. And then let me see if I missed a question. Let's see. Okay, the last two. So I don't have the Cotton Club one listed, but those other two that I showed. Yeah. The Cotton Club one that I just showed, that's the one you want, Leslie? Yeah, or do you want the Civil War tribute? Okay, yeah, let me pull, I think it was this one. Let me just verify that. Yeah, Cotton Club. Bonnie Blue quilts. And this is what your finished quilt looks like, is that. And she has the first 4 blocks completed. And then all the fabric is in all the rest of the kits. And then you get all of this extra fabric that is in the bottom of this bin, which is a ton of fabric. And like, just to give you an idea, this is a Paula Barnes, Marcus. See all these pieces in here. Look at all these nice strips. This is a ton of fabric. Okay. All right. Yeah, and this is complete.
Who's this monkey?
All right. And then this one I ran at, let's see, 129 is what I ran this at. What did this one weigh? Yeah, 8 pounds. This is a huge kit. And that 8 pounds doesn't include the container. So, all right, let me get that one pulled up again. All right, here we go. And I'll run it for 30 seconds so we can show it again. So here's the kit 1 with your finished blocks, kit 2 with your finished blocks, 3 with your finished blocks, 4 with your finished blocks. And then here's the rest of your kits, each with their pattern and fabrics. And then there's your last one with the border fabric, and then there's all that extra fabric. And Leslie is going to take that. Thank you so much. Thank you for your first purchase. This is a beautiful set. And we will bag that nicely for you and come your way. All right, handing that off. Congrats. I know those kits are kind of investment, but that was fun because you've got everything already in progress, pre-cut, and some finished blocks. So that makes it even more enticing, doesn't it? Yeah, and if anyone wants to see those other 2 that are listed, they're just in the auction.
Please show the
Civil War. All right, I will. This is an amazing box. All right, so here's your what your finished quilt looks like. 93 by 102, so it's a huge quilt. And here, let me pull this one up on here so I can read. Actually, hand me your phone, please. Get this pinned. I have it in its own separate priority box just because it's gonna take a whole box to ship this. And if you do buy it and you buy other stuff, I'm paying your shipping. because I have this show at combined shipping. So it would be a really good deal for you. All right, let me pull this listing up so I can read. All right, so all 12-month kits with patterns. Okay. All right. So all 12 months. And then in here, she labeled and saved all the scraps from each month in little bags that she had completed. So you've got your little scrap bags of the ones that are completed. So there are 16 blocks from months 1 through 5, and then kits and patterns and fabric for all the remaining blocks for the quilt top and borders, plus 3 extra yards of Judy Rothermel, probably intended for binding. And then you also have all the scrap bags from those first 5 blocks that were first kits. They're 16 blocks. But look at these amazing fabrics. These are all out of print Judy Rothermel. This is the 3 yards I was talking about extra. And then look at these kits. I mean, look how much fabric is in these kits. So even if, you don't want to I would finish it because she's got half the work done on this one. Um, these are your monthly kits here. And each of these kits, she was paying a good penny for each kit. And then here's the start of your ones that are finished. Let me just show you some of these blocks. They're absolutely gorgeous. So here's the block for that one, or blocks. This one looks like it's one big block, maybe. Oh no, I remember now. The way this quilt was done, you have like corner blocks, and then they repeat throughout the quilt. So like this set actually has 1, 2, 3, 4, because it shows up 4 times in the quilt. These are so gorgeous. Okay, so that's what comes in that pack. Finished. So blocks 1 through 5 are complete, 16 total blocks. So that's the one for that one. Here's the, this is so pretty. Month 3, here's your blocks. I'll show you the kit quilt again so you can see what I mean. So here's your block 2 blocks completed. And then here's your block 1 completed. Okay. And then this is the month 12 that is all the borders. And look at how much fabric's in here. A ton. Okay, so that's month 12. All right, so let me put this back in here. You can kind of peek as let me pull this back a little so you can see. These are the completed ones tucking back in there. And then here's where we start the ones that were not completed, but all the fabrics in there labeled, with the pattern, nice color patterns. That one, that one. And then here's your extra 3 yards of Judy Rothermel. And then here's your scrap bags from the ones that she did finish. Okay. And then here is your quilt. And so see how this block repeats smalls or big, big, small, small. Then here's this one that goes four times. Here's the big corner blocks that are different fabrics and patterns. This is absolutely stunning. All right, so I'm going to run it if someone wants that. Um, it is running What Makes Part of Civil War. Well, so there are all these designers from that era when this started becoming a thing. And they actually did tons of research and found old fabrics from those eras and remade reproduction prints of all the fabrics from the Civil War era. And so, I mean, some of these designers just did immense amounts of work and research reproducing these fabrics.
Yeah, digging up those graves was horrible.
And that is going to see Kramer. Thank you.
Purchase.
Oh my goodness, you're gonna love this. You're gonna die if you love Civil War stuff. I mean, I went through this and was like, wow, this is just amazing. So this is a gorgeous kit. Congrats, that's coming to you.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much. Good get. All right, and where do you want me to set it?
Just set it right there.
Here.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, Kramer.
Thank
Welcome to the
you.
club.
Do you guys want to see this one? That is Golden's Journey. Because this is a really nice set as well. Tell me in chat if you guys want to see this one. I know it takes a hot minute to show these kits because you got to do them justice.
Yes, show it.
Yes? Okay. All right, this is a beautiful set. This was actually a book that you would purchase. And she, so you can see it's a pattern in a book, and then you kind of take it apart to make your quilt. And so these are all the pages. I've saved all her notes. But you can see here's all the info on this one. So let me pull this one up so we can read it. And kind of the backstory on this one is honoring prairie farm life, and it is a 20 sampler block quilt. And here's the opening kind of pages with the story in them with that. And then here are your finished blocks with, I think this one had, let me see where this one was with finished amount of work. All right, this one has 2 blocks completed, and then all the fabric and patterns for the additional 12 blocks. And she labeled everything and put fabric on a lot of them so that you know exactly kind of what her, there's the block for this one. There's her, she put the fabric on there. Oh, we got a raid. Thank you so much for the raid. And this is what
Broken
this
by Design
quilt
BBD.
BBD. Thank you so much for the raid. Let's get a giveaway started. I'm wearing BBD earrings, by the way. She makes earrings, she makes bags, she sells jewelry, she sells kits, she makes cute zip up bags, her and her mom, and they are just a delight. Make sure you're following them. Let me tag them in chat really quick. And thank you for telling us we got the raid.
I'm wearing a Broken by Design tongue stud right now.
Oh my gosh. No, you aren't. But you would definitely be the type of person to say.
Well, I'm talking about this.
All right, here's Broken by Design. Larissa and Clan, they are so fun, such fun people. And their next show is on the 25th. Is that Saturday or Sunday? I can't remember. Spring into Handmade Raid Train. Oh, they're doing a raid train. And then they're doing kits, another raid train on 2 raid trains on the 25th. She also does Bible studies, and they just do lots of fun sew-alongs. Look how many sew-alongs she has. So if you love to go visit and buy kits and sew along, she's your girl. Thank you so much, Broken by Design. Everyone give her a follow.
I'm doing a sing.
And here is a giveaway in their honor running.
Ba, ba, ba.
All right, giveaway running. Everyone get in, and when you win, tell me if you want cotton or wool. Cotton or wool. So I have little sample packs of felted wool or little sample size pieces of some pretty cottons. All right, so we're on this beautiful quilt, Golden's Journey. That's what we have pinned. Here is the quilt. It is a 89 by 112. So it's a huge quilt. And it's kind of designed like a sampler, like you would make the little blocks, and you know how an embroidered sample is. It's kind of sampler is it's kind of that vibe. Super pretty. And then every in between each of the different sections, you've got your little set of papers with the pattern and the kit with the pieces of fabric for the different blocks. And it's just kind of a fun journey quilt because you get to go through and make all of this. And all, the pieces are cut out in there for you. Has all the instructions. I would probably put this in a big binder. It was in a big binder, but I was not going to be able to ship it that way because it was one of those big old heavy, like 6-inch thick ring binders. So I would put it back in a binder, and that way you have it all, or in order. And I did keep it in order. So all of that is in there. Here's some more of your big fabric for an edge. Here's the end of the book that has, the end of the book and the pictures of it made a couple of different ways. And then look at all of this extra fabric. Because she did block of the month quilt kit classes, she had all the extra fabric. So not sure what all these are, but I left them labeled if they had a label on them. Like this one's number 2, number 1, number 3. These two don't have labels on them. So I don't know what they are. But you probably got 6 or 7 yards of fabric there in the bottom.
Hey, Cheryl.
Cheryl! Oh, how are you, my sweet friend? Thank you so much for coming in and saying hi. Always happy to see you. Love your updates on social media when I catch them. So happy to see you. All right, so you're still alive. Well, that's what we want. Let's see if anyone wants this one. So this beautiful Golden's Journey quilt kit set, patterns and fabric with 2 blocks completed.
Of course you're still
Is
alive. Cheryl.
running.
You survived
9
water,
by
amazing.
112 is the finished size on this. And it's just a really fun book set. And I just saved everything in here that she had because she had a lot of things written down to mark.
You on Book of Aces.
So if someone would love to have this,
Book of Aces.
it is running. And that's kind of a picture there. Sorry, my camera's a little bit off. Thank you so much for your bid. Kay Wynn is going to take that gorgeous set.
Thank you,
And
Kay
again,
Wynn.
it will come in a box, not in the little, storage container because it's too hard to ship that way.
Excellent.
And that is going to come to you. Very nice.
That's
Congrats.
a very, very nice.
Yeah, it's a very nice set.
Despite the fact that the lady looks like the Wicked Witch of the West.
Oh. Well, it's a prairie wife. You
But
have
she
to be
has
all
that big
bundled up.
She has that big
Oh, she has a big hat on. Yeah, she does.
too.
Very good gift. Thank you so much. All right, everyone getting that giveaway. It's going to draw, and someone gets to pick cotton or wool. Cotton or wool out of my little bag or little box here. And that's going to draw in 30 seconds. Oh, there's 30 seconds still. Okay, we'll run something, or I'll grab something else. So we're running felted wool scrap bags or pieces bags. This is one of the quilts that Cindy made. And here all of this is felted wool applique. And this is not for sale. This is one of her treasures that her husband let me to show and share. And it's a beautiful piece. And that is drawing. And we are getting a winner. Ellen, congrats.
Cotton
or wool. Would you like one of the little wool sample packs or the cotton? I'm guessing wool because you've been getting wool, but I could be wrong. Wool. All right. Sweet little pack of gorgeous little pieces of felted
I
wool
just had a brilliant
coming to
idea.
you. What's your brilliant idea?
You know the boxy baskets that we make with the designer fabrics?
Uh-huh.
Do some felted wool appliques on those.
Oh, yeah, that would be pretty, huh?
I have to
You
figure.
could even make a basket out of the wool and wool applique it. Yeah, you could. Okay. Let's get some flash sales going. I've added a few things to the buy it now. So I'm going to get some flash sales running for everyone to snag some extra stuff if you want it. This is fat quarters. If you want to add a mystery fat quarter to your order, that's running.
I'm gonna do it.
Batik. I have a ton of batiks, which we can go get batik too if someone wants to see. We have a whole bin of
Good
batiks
job,
still.
Ellen.
So beautiful batiks. Oh yeah, your wool collection has grown. Well, she will appreciate that some other people are getting some of this beautiful wool. She liked to upcycle wool. She did a lot of hand dyeing. She felted the wool herself.
Batiks. Thanks for the purchase.
Thank you. All right. And yes to batiks. All right. So I'll have Bert get that bin. All right. This one is.
Did you bring it up?
I didn't bring the batik bin up. It's that silver bin.
Oh, Lori. Oh, okay.
All right. This is a beautiful woven, brown, black, beautiful woven. It's not rough like a homespun, but it's it's just a really nice woven. So it goes really good with Civil War stuff. That's running with half yards on that. That's on your screen right now. And then I'm going to show this. This is actually in the auction tab, so I'll wait on that one for a second. Oh, we just got another raid. Who just raided us? Oh my goodness. My Digital Cottage. Thank you so much for the raid. Let me share your profile here. Let's see, and pin you in chat. So there is My Digital Cottage. Everyone give them just click their name and follow and then go bookmark shows. That's how we thank people who raid. And here is My Digital Cottage. And she does junk journaling, digital kits, designer, and paper crafting. Loves all things junk journal, tags, ephemera, journaling cards, scrapbooking, embellishments, all the good stuff. And she has a show on the 25th that is called, let's see, Butterfly on the Wall. Look how pretty that is. So, Butterfly on the Wall, junk journaling, creative ideas. There we go. So give her a follow. And let's get another giveaway running. So again, felted wool or cotton when you win. So everyone get in that giveaway. Thank you so much, My Digital Cottage. All right, and that's running in the buy it now. I just added this fabric today. It was buried in a bin and I unburied it and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is gorgeous. This is vintage Peter Pan. Vintage Peter Pan called Tea Room by Little Quilts for Peter Pan. And this is for half yards of this gorgeous fabric. Peter Pan cottons are like if you love vintage looks, Peter Pan are the highest quality in vintage that you can get in cottons. So grab half yards of that when it's running on your screen. Oh, I only have it set for 30 seconds. So I'm going to let it run out and then I'll restart it again for a longer time. So if anyone wants half yards, vintage Peter Pan.
Not
Thank
to
you,
be
Robin.
confused with the
All right, I'm
Pan.
going to reset the time on that one so it's not only 30 seconds. So let me edit that. Change the time so that it can run throughout the show and you can buy it at your leisure. Here we go. All right, starting flash sale on that one again, and it will run for a while. So if you want some of that one, and Robin and Lynn already got a piece. All right, this is a really cute vintage Christmas. It is a screen print on red, and I would say this is a kind of a metallic platinum, subtle with that cool scribbly Christmas tree. And I have 4 yards, but they are in 2 separate yards. So the most you can get continuous is 2 yards. So if you buy 4 half yards, you'll get a 2-yard piece, but I can't give you continuous more than that. So that one's running also on flash, and that one's 30 seconds too. I'll have to change it as well. So if someone wants some of this cute
Carrie?
red with those fun squiggle Christmas trees. And then I'll reset that to a longer time as soon as the time runs out on that. Okay. And then I added this one as well. And this one is a vintage Mary Ellen Hopkins collection vintage Christmas. And I'm going to edit this one and put longer time on it. All right, that one's got a longer time. All right, so that one is this one running right now for the longer time. And then we'll go to this other ornament print. Let me make sure that one has the longer time on it before I even start it. All right, so this one is now on your screen. This beautiful vintage tossed ornament. The ornaments are only about 1.5 inches. So it's a nice size print with the black background. And it does have a subtle gold metallic around some of the ornaments. It's really pretty. So if someone wants half yards of that one. And then here are the few Civil War ones I have left. And I don't even know if this one's left in here. Yeah, I don't think this, I'm just going to run this piece because I think my listing for this one ran out. Because this is Wyndham Fabrics presents Beacon Hill circa 1875. Yeah, and I don't have that one in there anymore. So I'm just going to run this as a half yard if someone wants this piece. Let me make sure it's a half yard. Yeah, it's right at a half yard. So if someone wants this last piece of this Wyndham, it's running. Really nice Beacon Hill Civil War print.
Hey, storage pickers, thanks for the raid.
Oh, we got another raid. There's a giveaway going. Everyone get in quick. It's going to draw soon. So raiders, get in that giveaway. And I'll pull up your profile.
And there's
All right, nobody wanted this Civil War piece.
Jersey Lady.
Jersey Lady is our winner. Do you want wool or cotton? Wool or cotton? And congrats. Yeah, this is a really cool print.
I'll take cotton candy.
So cotton or wool? Cotton. Okay, so you're getting this little set of cotton, this little pretty Hoffman California piece, and then this little pretty green piece. Those are coming to you. Little swatches.
Thank you, Jersey Lady.
Thank you, and congrats. All right, I'm going to run this one more time, 10 seconds. We're going down to 10 seconds. Someone wants this. Last piece I have of this Wyndham Beacon Hill.
Erica, welcome in, everybody.
Someone wants that piece. Civil War Beauty.
Welcome in, Lakita.
All right, no takers. Okay. They were serious the first time. All right, this one I do have, I think, the last piece left in the Buy It Now. It is a...
Can you hear the drums, Fernando?
Nope, not in there. Okay, so this one I must have already I've sold out too.
Since many years I haven't
It is called
seen a rifle in.
Cabin Cloth 2 Prints 2002 Carol Endress for Fabrics by Spectrix. So let me make sure it's not in there. Spectrix. Okay, so I sold that one out. Okay, so let's see how much is left. All right, this is what's left on that. It's kind of a fun, primitive look ticking stripe. There's 30 inches left. So if someone would like the end of piece on this one, blues and a little bit of a red. And we're going to run this piece 30 inches.
A little bit of the blues.
That's right.
Na.
So kind of a fun,
Ba-na.
primitive look ticking stripe.
It's
Goes
got
well
the
with
blues.
Civil War, primitive. It's just a nice.
CA win.
Thank you. CA Win is taking that.
Thank you,
All right,
CA
this
Win.
one is
Coming at you.
Civil War Tribute by Judy Rothermel. Let's see. And here's this one. Looks like I have four half yards left on this one. So Civil War Tribute, Judy Rothermel, half yards running. This fabric was in that kit that we just sold.
Oh, Judith.
So it's a really nice Civil War print. Someone likes that one. So that one's running on your screen right now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Mamma Mia.
That one was set for 30 seconds. Let me know if someone wants this and I'll put it on for longer. Well, maybe let me just reset it so that it's on.
Well,
longer.
how many of you had darling little daughters that wound up as Cher at the end anyway?
Oh. Yeah, they don't always do what we want them to do. That's for sure. Okay, that one's on your screen for a longer time if anyone wants to pick up some of that one. All right, and then I have this one that is a Judy Rothermel. This one is Party of 12. This one is hard to find. So I have it a little bit pricier, but I've actually lowered it from what I originally had. So that one's on your screen right now. This gorgeous coral pink salmon color
I've been very fortunate.
Judy Rothermel Party of 12. It's a collectible.
Fortunate to see a
out
lot
of print
concerts
Judy
in my life.
Rothermel. So if someone wants that
I
one.
wish I'd been able to have gone to an ABBA
It's running.
concert. That would have been a real kick in the butt.
And I'll reset the time on that one for longer as well. All right, so let's reset. My times got all reset, I guess, because I had them on for longer. Not sure why. All right, so this one's going to be on sale for the rest of the show. If you want some of that one, this Judy Rothermel right here. Let me get it started. All right, that's running. So that one was running on your screen. I have just a little bit left of this one that is Sturbridge. Let me see if that one even comes up. Yeah, this one's not coming up. Let's sell the rest of this piece. So this is Sturbridge Village by Judy Rothermel. And it's a beautiful calico. Look how pretty that is. Browns and kind of saffron yellows. And has that tiny micro print in the background. And this one is 28 inches. So 3/8 of a yard, 3/4 of a yard. Why did I say 3/8? 3/4 of a yard. And let's get that one started. 3/4 of a yard out of print, Judy Rothermel. I'm going to start this piece at 6 if someone wants this 3/4 of a yard. Look how pretty that is. So Old Sturbridge Village, Judy Rothermel, no takers. Okay. And then the last one I have that is a Civil War print is this piece.
And then show the quilt kit behind you in the burgundy. Left third down. Let's see.
Let's see this one. It's a Christmas quilt. You want to see that one?
Yes, that's
Okay.
the one.
Yeah, I'll pull it.
That'd be a fun concert. They just need to start songs and on. Yeah, that's true. Probably the funnest concert I ever went to was the Doobie Brothers. But the most surprising one that I really, really liked, and it just shocked me, was Barry Manilow.
All right, so this is the last piece I have of this one. It's a Marcus Brothers, but it's not, it just says Marcus Brothers. It doesn't have a designer name on it. It's a super pretty mauve color design, Civil War. And this one is 21 inches, so just over a half yard, 21 inches. If someone wants this last piece of this one. So a little more than a half yard.
Another surprise
That's
concert that was really good was Tina Turner. She did a great concert.
So half yard, Civil War, Marcus Brothers, going to
Leslie J.
Congrats, that's coming to you.
Thank you, Leslie J.
All right, and then this quilt kit is a Christmas quilt. The fabric is all from a line by Sandy Gervais for Moda. It is a kit, but it does not have anything except for the picture and the layout. But it is a block. So you've just got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 blocks. And then all the fabric is pre-cut to make the blocks. She did print this off of a website. So you might be able to, go to that website and find the original pattern. Because I'm pretty sure this is the Sandy Gervais. Oh, I looked it up. This is the Sandy Gervais Delightful December. So you might be able to find the original pattern online. Delightful December, and I have it right on the bag. So it's right there, but you do have a picture and the grid. Okay. And then you have all this pre-cut fabric from that line. And I don't know for sure, but this is enough fabric here that there's 8.5 yards plus the 2-inch strips plus the 2 large pieces and the 28 larger strips. So, I mean, this is a ton of fabric. So there's probably enough in there for the back. Yeah. Oh, there was another kit you wanted, but it's not that one. Oh, okay. So not this one. Does anyone want me to run this one?
No.
That I just showed.
You
This
bought
Christmas
Mother Kid already.
I ran this at I think I ran this at 49 because I have it marked at 59. And it weighs 3 pounds, 2 ounces. So I'll run it and see if someone wants it. So 3-pound kit. Everything is pre-cut, ready to make, and you can probably get that pattern somewhere if you want to use
I
it.
want to
All
rock.
right, this is running if someone wants that one. So all that gorgeous pre-cut fabric, Sandy Gervais Moda. 8.5 yards plus all the strips. All right, no takers on that. All right, and then I have the Thanksgiving one that hasn't sold. Oh, was it this one that you wanted? Maybe this bits and pieces. This one didn't sell. It has the beautiful maroon borders. Was that the one you were thinking of? Maybe.
That's a sexy quilt.
Yes, this is gorgeous. It's called Round Robin, and they did it as a was this one of the block? Let me see. Yeah, this is one they did as a block of the month, and it's complete. Nothing is made though, So everything's in here labeled with, you know, in your little kits. And then this one has the original nice folder type pattern in there. And this one is sized for either 67 by 67 or 87 by 87. And there's definitely enough fabric in here for the bed quilt size. Because I estimated this one at, well, it weighs 4 pounds, 6 ounces. And I had this one priced at 99. And I think I'm gonna run it for, I think I ran it earlier for 80 because I've been discounting these by 10. So let's run this one. If someone wants that. All right, here we go. It's a beautiful set and everything's in there. All the quilts for each set, the original pattern, and look at all this fabric. Holy cow. Hey, Spinway.
Hey, no
All right, no taker on that one. Okay.
No need to apologize.
Oh, yes, don't apologize. I mean, I'm happy to show it. So yeah, make sure you check the buy it now because everything's running in there. Let me show this piece. This is an apparel cotton lawn. Does everyone know what cotton lawn is? It's a beautiful piece that is by RJR. And what is this called? I have to look up what it's called so I can pull it up. Vintage Rose is what this is called. All right. And it's 3 yards of the fabric. So it's enough to, you know, make a dress or something out of. And cotton lawn is a nice, beautiful, lighter weight than quilting weight cotton. And this just has a really cool vintage look. It is a larger scale print. You can also use cotton lawn if you wanted to use it for like drapery. You could make a, you know, you could quilt with it. It's just lighter weight. Think art gallery, but not as slippery. So that's kind of the feel. So if someone would love this, 3 yards of this, I actually have 6 yards, so I put it in for 2 different 3 yard segments, and I have it on flash sale. If someone wants some of this beautiful RGR vintage rose is what this is called. So cotton lawn, really pretty colors in there, and you're getting 3 yards. All right, so that's running in the background if someone wants that. The pictures are there. All right, let's do this fabric. This one has been pre-washed and it is a RJR Thimbleberry called Paint Box Update. And it's a beautiful cream with this tonal kind of filigree floral on there. It's so pretty. So pretty. And I've got a piece, again, pre-washed, that is 1, 2, 2 yards, 22 inches. Pre-washed, and then the edges are zigzagged, probably before she pre-washed it so it wouldn't fray as bad. All right, so if someone would love that piece, what did I just say it was? 2 yards, 22 inches. That's what it was. All right, and I'm gonna run this for $10. No, let's do 8 since it's pre-washed. And that's running beautiful thimbleberry, 2 yards, 22 inches. So 2.5 yards essentially. Pre-washed thimbleberry. It is beautiful. I love this kind of filigree look on fabrics. I think it's so pretty. Hey, Wynn is snagging that deal. Good get. This is really pretty. And let me get it folded up. And 1 second, there's lots of loose threads on that edge. All right, that nice piece is coming your way.
Thanks, Kaylin.
All right, this is really cool fabric. It is by Stoff, which is a German manufacturer. They make really nice quilters, cottons, and they are Japan cottons, so it's the equivalent of a nice Moda. And this has a really cool little patchwork, like dictionary collage, I guess I would call it. And it has kind of a marbly, antiqued look, purposely distressed. And I have 2 yards of this, so I'm going to run it a yard at a time. Stoff Quilters Cotton. Here is the first yard of this running. Just a neat print with that fun like dictionary, and I think it's not in English. Let me see. Yeah, it's either French or yeah, it looks French. So little dictionary collage. Ellen is taking the first yard. Here is the second yard of that running. Stoff cotton with the cool word collage. And Ellen is going to take it all, it looks like. Thank you, Ellen. That is coming to you.
Coming your way in the US of A.
All right, this one I put
Thanks,
in
Deb.
the Buy It Now. This is absolutely gorgeous. And I put the whole piece in, or no, maybe I put this one in the auction tab, Vermont. Yeah, I put it in the auction tab. I feel like I would want the whole piece if it were me. So what this is like a Christmas cheater quilt print by Hoffman, and it is gilded, and it's big blocks. And these big blocks are 21 inches square. Is that not stunning? And it's very antique look, and then it is gilded. And so with each block, in between each block, you have these beautiful borders. And so then that's your cut line is right here in the middle of this. So it has the pretty borders. And I would actually just make a quilt out of this because you've got 5 yards. It is regular 45 wide. So you could maybe do it, 2 sections, and there's a little bit extra of one partial block on the end. The rest are all complete on here. And I think I counted, and there are, let's see, 16. Did I write it in here? Oh, I didn't write it in here. There's 16 blocks. So there's 8 rows, 1 block on each side of the fabric. So if someone would love this, it's so pretty. That is running. You're getting all 5 yards of this, but I count it more as blocks. So it's 5 yards, 16 sets of blocks, and then this little bit of extra on the end there. So it's gorgeous. Lisa is taking that. It's so pretty.
First purchase.
So pretty. Thank you so much. That is coming to you.
And thanks
for your
first purchase.
Yes, thank you for your first purchase. Always appreciate that. And then I'll get this folded up nice later. I'm just going to kind of do a rolled fold to hand it off. 5 yards is hard to handle. All right, that's coming to you. And then we'll fold it up nice to ship it. All right, this fabric is in the Buy It Now. It is a large scale. It's kind of different. I'll be honest, I'm not in love with it. But it's really nice fabric. It is by Blank Quilting, and it could be something pretty cool. And I'm doing this one by the yard. There are 3 yards left of this one. It's a Victorian scroll. And if you want some of this, it is $4.80 a yard. Definitely needs to be your vibe, because it's like black, and then it's got the caramel honey color scroll, and then the white and gray flower. And it is a very, it's a large, more of a home deck fabric for sure, because it's such a large scale print. So if someone would like a yard of that one is running. Oh, and let me reset the time. For some reason, all my flash sale times got reset to 30 seconds. Not sure why, because they were not set that way before. All right. All right, so that one's running in the background if anyone wants a yard of or more of that. There's 3 yards left that you can purchase. Because any of these that are in there that way, continuous purchases get you continuous yardage. All right. Let me make sure our fat quarters are still running in there, because maybe those got reset too. No, those are still running. All right, yeah, we've got Mystery Quilt Shop fat quarters and Boutique fat quarters running if you want any of those in the buy it now. All right, this was a little set I put together a long time ago. It didn't sell, and I found it in this stash. And what this is a half yard of the beautiful blue yellow floral. And then you get 5 fat quarters of these beautiful woven pinch pleats in different colors. So it's the same fabric in 5 different colors. And I just put it together in a fun little bundle. So if someone wants this, let me weigh it. So 5 fat quarters of the wovens, and then the beautiful half yard of fabric. This weighs 10 ounces, and it is Laurel Street RJR. The print is. Okay. So, and here's your little tag. And I'm going to run this. And Bert is dozing over there. Wake up.
I'm awake.
All right, so that's running. So 5 beautiful pinch pleat wovens.
Dozing.
See how they have that little pinched sewn pleat, and then you get this gorgeous half yard RJR fabric. No takers. All right, no one likes my little bouquet. I'm offended. I'm wounded. No. All right, let's do oh, this one is also in the buy it now. This is a Robin Pandolph Moda, and it's a very cottage core look. I've got 3 half yards left on this one, and it's just really pretty.
Welcome in, fabric.
Reset the time beforehand. All right, that one's running. If you'd love half yards of that, it has this beautiful ribbon lace, antiqued look, cottage core, Robin Pandolph Moda. So that one's running in the background as well, if you want some of that. And then this is a Darlene Zimmerman, Robert Kaufman. That's a little sweet little paisley called Classic Minis. It's a bright red with the little white paisleys. I have 2 half yards left of this one if you want some of that. Oh, whoops, I forgot to set the time. So snag it if you want it now. Otherwise, I'll reset the time for longer. Cute little Darlene. Is the pinch pleat soft enough for a baby? Well, it's 100% cotton. I would say yes. I mean, it's a nice, soft woven. I mean, it's not flannelly or anything, and it does have that raised ridge, but it's soft, nice cotton. So, yeah. If you want me to rerun that, let me know. Thank you for your purchases. And I'm going to reset that one for longer time, that Darlene Zimmerman. We just got a raid. Bert, will you look and see who the raid's from?
The raid is from whoops. It's from Maria Miscellany.
Oh, Maria. Thank you so much. All right, that one is
Sorry.
running again on your screen if someone missed that one.
Half yard.
All right, this one I ran at 12. You get 5 fat quarters and a half yard of this one. So that's the equivalent of, let's see, 2 yards and a fat quarter. So I think that's pretty fair. So I'll run that if someone wants it. $12. Really pretty yellow, blue, and then a little bit of green.
Thank you, Maria.
And then you've got that same little bit of green in the print. It's a sweet little set of those wovens, and then this beautiful little floral. Thank you, Eck. That's coming in.
Can first purchase.
Thank you for your first purchase. That's a nice little set. You'll feel those and be like, oh, these are really nice. All right, let's do some more fabric. I've got some other pieces here. I've got this stack that is Civil War-ish, or Civil War for sure. And this one is a nice piece that is a Herald Alliance for I can't ever remember what his last name is, and he does a signature type print. This is for a Collections for a Cause by Harold, whatever his last name is. It starts with an M, Alliance. This is a nice Civil War print. This is a 3/4 yard piece of that in that nice kind of caramel color. Someone wants this piece. 3/4 of a yard. Civil War Moda. That's running. Yeah, it does kind of look like stuffed olives, huh? I agree. Like little pimento olive. All right, no takers on that. Civil War fabric. All right, this is something she had in her stash. It measures 56 by 39, and it is a flag. It's actually kind of a runner because it's hemmed on both sides, but it's not finished on the edges. So that doesn't make sense what you wrote down on this tag, though.
What?
All right, this is actually 19 wide. So 19 wide by, let's see, 56 long. So 19 by 56. Let me correct this.
That wasn't me.
19. Yeah, it's your writing.
It was some other.
All right, 19 by 56.
Pretending to be me.
So you could just hem the ends or use it in a, another project. So it's a really cool flag print, and it is 100% cotton. So if someone wants this piece that's already hemmed on the sides, that is running. And again, 19 wide, 56 long. Cool flag, like runner type thing. I would actually just hem it and use it as a cool runner. I think it's pretty cool because 56 long, you could definitely put it down the length of a nice sized table. All right, no takers on that piece.
No takerini.
All right, how about,
Did you bring up Maria's thing to show?
did I bring up what?
Maria's thing to show?
Oh, I forgot. Did everyone, and did we get a giveaway and you missed it?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, we did get a giveaway winner that we missed. Let me find it. Yes. Let me find it. Jersey Lady won the giveaway.
Got that.
You've got that one?
Yeah.
Okay, so that one we did get. Okay. But we didn't bring up Maria's. Let me get it pulled up here. Here we go. Thank you, Maria. Here is her profile. Can everyone please give her a follow? and bookmark her upcoming shows. Her next show is the 25th, Our Favorite Things Raid Train. And she does a lot of fabric and junk journaling, probably leans more junk journaling stuff, and she's a delight. So make sure you're following her. I'm going to tag her in chat again one more time so that everyone can give her a follow. So everyone, I just put her in chat. Please give her a follow. And bookmark shows. Thank you so much. I'm sorry I missed that. Thank you for reminding me. All right, this is a Judy Rothermel Marcus Brothers. It's kind of a light beige color with these little purple. To me, they look like those little things that they use in England at Christmas. What are those called? Little things that they pop open. Bert,
The little pop things.
little poppers.
I mean,
Yeah. Anyway, that's what it looks like to me, but it's purple, and this is a full yard of that Judy Rothermel. If someone wants that, it's a nice color combo that you can use to blend with lots of stuff. And this has got to be an older one because look how the selvage is marked on this one. So Judy Rothermel, Marcus Brothers.
Hey, welcome
Okay.
in.
So here we go.
Everybody.
That full yard of that one is running if someone wants that one. Light beige with the little tiny purple print that looks like those little poppers to me from England.
I think they call them crackers in England.
Crackers, is that what they call them?
I think so.
And Kate
Hey,
Witt taking that. Congrats. Coming to you.
Sue B67 says yes.
Is that what they call them in England? Is crackers? Okay.
Thank you.
All right. All right. This is a nice piece that is Chanticleer. It's a good blender. It is Judy Roche and Corrine Kramer for Chanticleer Fabrics. It's a nice blender with a neat pattern on it. And this is a full yard as well. That's running if someone wants that full yard, Chanticleer. It's a nice cotton. I don't think they produce fabric anymore under that brand.
Maybe not.
Sue B is in for that piece. Thank you.
7. Thanks, Sue.
All right, these are out of print. Oh, I forgot. They're not Judy's. They are
So
Moda.
Ekhan wants to make felt strawberries, but would like to use scraps.
Would you be willing to pick out bags with most red, burgundy, and pinks? I would, but not in this show because I don't have any scrap bags left right now.
Oh, is that?
We have sold
We sold all the wool scrap bags.
Oh, are you talking the wool scraps?
Wool or felt?
The wool or the cottons? The wool. Okay, so let me see what he put together because she wants. So you want so reds, pinks, burgundies, and do you want any greens in there so that you can have pieces for the stems?
Yeah.
All right, let me see. Well, did you see this one? Because this one kind of fits that bill. There's a little bit of black in there. But how big of pieces do you need? Because this is a small one. So you would have to kind of piece them together. But look at all these fun colors so you can make them multicolored. And then you've got some greens in there. So, and these are $2 starts. So if you'd like that small bag that's got a lot of reds, burgundies, pinks, greens.
I think that's a small bag.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's a
small
bag.
In fact, it's a bonus bag. It's got extra
It's got
weight.
extra weight on it. Let's try that one and see if you like that one. So a small wool scrap bag. If you need bigger pieces, I can see what I have in bigger, but we'll run this one and see if that fits the bill. $2 small scrap bag wool. It weighs 3 ounces or more, and he said this was a bonus bag, so it was heavier. So if someone wants that, you've got lots of pinks, reds, greens, a little bit of black and cream, but otherwise it's mostly reds and greens. And speaking of bonus bag, thank you. All right, and we can run some more felted wool if the felted wool people are still here. Okay, this set is Civil War Moda. These are the Brackman. Let's see, Barbara Brackman for Moda, Civil War front, home front, Civil War home front hickory hoops. And this set has 3.5 yards total. There's 2 yards of the blue and 1.5 yards of the red colorway of this Civil War print. Let me open it up so you can see. It's kind of a neat, looks like vintage trim row print. So you get 2 colorways, and I'm going to run this 3.5 yards for 15 if someone wants this. Nice pieces. Here we go. That is running.
Very nice. Very nice.
3.5 yards. Barbara Brackman Moda Civil War home front hickory hoops. And you get 3.5 yards total. 2 of the blue and 1.5 yards of the red colorway of this print. Nope. Okay. All right, let's see what else. Oh, do you guys want some patriotic stuff? I have a couple of cool pieces. I was going to run these 2 together. This one looks like it's been pre-washed. So it's a pre-washed 1/2 yard vintage tan with navy blue stars. Oh, this has fading on it. Dollar start. So pre-washed 1/2 yard, it has fading on the fold. You can see that, right? All right, dollar start. Let's run that one. You can still get some nice blocks out of this, for sure, in between those fold lines that have some fade on it. So if someone wants that piece, that's running. That's why I try to open everything up, because you find stuff like that and it's like, oops. And Stu B is going to take that one. All right, here's another star print. This one is unwashed, vintage feel, nice thick cotton though, and it is about 30.5 inches with the fabric, and it's that fun smoky marbled navy with the blue stars, lighter blue stars on it. That's a nice.
Wow, your white box doesn't look white on camera.
Oh, doesn't it?
I know.
All right, so 30.5 inches, a little more than a 3/4 yard piece. And I'm gonna run that one for
Your
5 unmarked salvage.
Your white piece of paper should be in that little pink basket.
Oh, it's right here. This cardstock.
Yeah.
So that's your colors on that. It's cool.
Yeah, that doesn't look white. See, look.
Okay. That looks white to me on your camera.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. All right, no takers on that. All right. And then I have a cool piece in red that is not as vintage. This one is marked Ben Artex Barn Dance by Country Threads for Ben Artex. And it's a really cute kind of a grunge star print ombre. See how that is? That's really cool. And this one is a full yard. So full yard Ben Artex if someone wants that one. And let me get the white on this so you can see. So it's a nice red. And then when you zoom in, you can see that's all little stars on there. Full yard running Ben Artex. No takers. All right, and then this other one I have, I guess the patriotic stuff is all I love this one. So it's a basket weave, and then it's got kind of a subtle star shape in between the little holes, so it kind of looks like patriotic. And this one is a big piece. There's 2 yards here. And this one is marked Wamsuda. So this is vintage Wamsuda, 2 yards. It's a cute piece. Very cute piece. Red basket weave, vintage Wamsuda. 2 yards. That's running. It's nice cotton too. This is nice vintage cotton. The nice thick quilting cotton, 2 yards, vintage Wamsuda. No takers on that. Thanks for looking. All right, you guys want some more stash bundles? I have this beautiful piece of Andover that is a nice little mini print. Great for Civil War stuff. Let me see how much there is on this piece. I think there's 1.5 yards plus a little bit extra on this piece. Beautiful Andover. Let me run that one and see if someone wants that one. It's coming in at 63 inches when I measured it. So what is that? Do some math for me. 63 inches.
What is that for a yard compared to yards?
No. Well, yeah, that's 36 plus what?
It's 1 3/4 yards.
1 3/4 yards. Well, right, that's what I said, but it's more than that. It's extra.
It comes out exactly 1 3/4 yards.
It does?
63 divided by 30.
No, because if you measure fabric up here, and it comes out at 30.
The 63 minus.
Oh, it's 32 inches. 64.
27 is
Okay. All right, I trust you on that. 1 3/4. All right, sorry. Math delay. 1 3/4 Andover cotton. Nice little tiny micro print. See how tiny that is in red. And then the little tiny dot is actually green. Kind of a olive. Well, no. Yeah, kind of a sage green, but it's hard to tell because it's so tiny. Poco is taking that. Congrats.
Thank you,
All right, this is a Kansas Trouble piece, Moda, and it's called Bound to the Prairie 2 by Kansas Trouble Quilters. And this one is 25 inches, so just over 2/3. Nice kind of honey color, little prairie print calico. And that piece, Kansas Trouble, is running now. If someone wants that pretty piece. Kansas Trouble Moda. 25-inch with the fabric going to Tiff is in, and Tiff takes it. Nope, Subi swipes in last second. And Subi takes it.
67 takes that bad boy.
Coming to you. All right, this is a really pretty piece. And it is marked Clothworks. Cotton in the cabin for Clothworks is what it says on the selvage. And it is 28 inches, so 3/4 of a yard. I love the background on this. That tiny little cross hatching and then these little sprigs. And it's kind of a saffron yellow. Super pretty. You felt like you were at the races. All right, 3/4 of a yard Clothworks. That one is running 3/4 yard Clothworks. Kind of a saffron, yellow, tonal, little bit of brown in there. It's a really pretty piece. Sue B is taking that one. Thank you. Anyone need cream and black? A big piece of cream and black stripe. It's Moda. It's Sandy Gervais from some Christmas line, Countdown to Christmas. Just a nice cream, ivory, and black stripe.
Welcome in, Barbara.
The stripes are about stripes are just over 1/2 inch apart on here. And this piece is 2 yards. So it's a nice 2 yards. This is really nice fabric. 2 yards Moda. That's running. 2 yards. You get the whole piece. Cream and black stripe. Beautiful Moda. 2 full yards. Okay, Win is in. Thank you.
Okay,
Let's give
Win.
it to you. Did you get the batiks?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, where are they?
You covered them up.
Oh, I covered them up. All right, let me get them. You guys want some batiks? Let me.
Well, they did way back when I went and got them. I don't know.
All right.
Hold it.
Let me just grab a few here and we'll see where we're at if you guys want some batiks. All right, this one's really pretty. I sold a piece of this, I think last show. And it has this beautiful leaf imprint in there. To me, it looks like, you're looking up through the trees during the spring. And what's left of this piece is a full yard. So there's a full yard left of this gorgeous one. I usually do half yards for $5. So I'm going to do a $9. You get the whole yard if someone wants that. Beautiful spring with that leaf imprint in there. Full yard of batik. Nope. Okay. Did our batik people leave? He went and got that bin and then I forgot and he didn't remind me. So are there still batik lovers in the house? How about this one? Anyone here want batik or should I go past it? Say yes if you want me to show some more batiks. Because otherwise I'll go on. Yes. Yes, I got 2 yeses and a nope. All right. All right. This one I've got a yard and a half, looks like, on this piece. Do you guys want half yards or yards? Half yards or yards? The people that said yes. Halves or full yards on batiks? Doesn't matter. Okay, if you like it, you get it. Okay, so there's a yard and a half left on this one. I showed it last time. Let's run the full rest of this one. And we're gonna do, there we go, $12, yard and a half. Beautiful, kind of a honeycomb look, purples, blues, a little bit of tan in there. Yard and a half. Okay, not that one. Okay, let's do a couple of smaller pieces. This is a fun summer batik. It's got starfish and shells. And it is a pre-cut half yard. So pre-cut half yard, fun kind of orange juice color batik. That one's running. Someone wants that pretty piece. Fun summery batik. Subi is in for that one. Thank you, thank you. Oh, I need to go back down to 10 seconds. So thank you, Sue. That's coming to you. Let me find where your bin is, because Bert stepped out. All right. There you are. All right, here's just a really pretty marbled orange, bright orange. And this one's only 16-inch width of fabric. So I'm going to run it for $3 if someone wants this piece. 16-inch marbled orange batik. 16 width of fabric. Pretty orange marble batik running. Oh, I forgot to change the time. All right, no takers on that one.
Welcome in, everybody.
Let's see what size this piece is. This one looks like a half yard. It's actually a little bit bigger, 20-inch batik. And colors on this one, it's kind of a sagey green brown patterned batik, half yard pre-cut. Nope. Oh, I still didn't change the time. I have a problem with that. All right, this is really pretty. Yellows, there's some purples and blues, greens in this one, and this one is a pre-cut 20-inch batik. We're going down to 10 seconds, so I don't forget. Someone wants this pretty piece. It's running. 20-inch half yard batik. There's your colors. Nope. Okay. Any colors anyone wants specifically of batiks? Do you want smaller prints? Do you want different colors? This one's a smaller scale design, kind of a light green and mauve, light green mauve combo. And this one is a pre-cut half yard. That's running batik, pre-cut half yard. Kind of green burgundy combo or mauves. That look. Okay, no one on that. No one's saying what colors you want. I do have some nice light ones. I have some nice red ones. I don't have a lot of blues left. Because those sold. Let's see. I just have some kind of gray blue color ones. And I have this pretty piece that has kind of a peacock feather paisley look, and it has so much color in it. It's gorgeous. And this one is a pre-cut half yard. Someone wants that one. It's running. This has so much color in it. It's so pretty. Yes, I do have some like that, Sue. Let me pull those. Let's see. So this one is like that. See how it has that kind of swirl pattern in it, but when you back up, you can hardly tell it's there. So I've got that one. Do I have any pre-quilted fabrics? Not that I know of today. And then there's this one that just has a light yellow on off-white. So if you like either of those, tell me how much you want of either. There's a big chunk of either one. So that was number one. The first one, yeah. And how much of it do you want? Because there's a big chunk here. probably, let's see, what's 20? Do some math for me, please.
Okay.
2, 3, 6, 7 times 7 times 22 divided by 36.
You got 4¼ yards.
4¼ There's actually 4.5 because I didn't count this section. So there's 4.5 yards on this piece. 2?
2
Okay,
yards.
let's do 2 yards. And I'm giving you a break. I would normally do $10 a yard. So $1 off. You're getting 2 yards of that light, creamy screen print batik. Did you miss that? Do you not want it? Let me run it again. Did you miss it? Because I was running it.
I don't need to swipe on it.
All right, so that's running. There you go. Two yards of that coming to you. Anyone else want some of this while I have it in my hand? Just tell me half yard, full yard. It's just a really light screen or a really light batik with that swirl pattern in it. Okay. And then I've got this one that is like an off-white cream, and then it has this subtle yellow pattern in it. And I can run any amount of that one up to probably about 4 yards. Let's see. No, we'll call it 3 yards. Yeah, I can run up to 3 yards on this one. So let me know if anyone wants some of that one. And then I've got this beautiful gray blue that has a kind of a palm leaf, fern leaf design on it. And I think there's 2 yards on this piece. Yeah, there's 2 yards on this piece. So if someone wants that one. And the batiks are normally $10 a yard. So if I do the 2 full yards of this one, I'll give you a little bit of a break. At 18, I'm running it if someone wants it. 2 yards of this beautiful blue-gray leaf. So that is really pretty. Thank you for your bid. And Susie's taking that next piece. Congrats.
Thank you, Subi.
All right, let me grab a few more and see. This is a really nice one. I like this a lot. Look at that pretty color. I love the design with that little kind of whimsical dot that runs through there. Here's your colors on that. This piece I've got 2 yards on that one, a generous 2 yards. So we'll do that same thing. $18, you get both yards of this. And then if no one snags on that, we can run it for less. Oh, looks like we got bidders. So 2 yards going to Janet. Congrats.
Janet left.
Beautiful batik. Thank you, Janet.
Thanks, Janet. Oh, see you, Ellen. Thanks.
Thank you, Ellen. Have a good night. All right, this one's really cool. It's the like the corrugated steel or kind of houndstooth look. And it has those neat colors. Look at those neat colors in there. Kind of looks like what's that stone? That stone that's like the I have a birth ring. Opal.
Opal?
Yeah, it looks like opal to me. Doesn't that look like opal? Yeah, it's gorgeous. Let me see how much I have of that one. Looks like I have 3 yards. Yeah, there's 3 yards on this piece. If someone wants the whole piece, tell me. Otherwise, tell me how much you want. I'll run 2 yards for 18, 3 yards for 27. So here is 2 yards of that one running. If someone wants 2 full yards. Beautiful opal look. And then I'll run the other yard that's on here if someone else wants it. Sue B is taking that. All right, and then I'll run the 1 yard that's left on here. For 9. All right, so 1 more yard of this running for 9. Full yard batik. Looks like opal. So pretty. 1 yard batik. No takers. Okay, so we'll cut the 2 yards off that for Sue. All right, this is gorgeous. This would look really cool with Christmassy stuff. Isn't that pretty? It has this neat kind of webbing design on it in greens, reds, and kind of yellow golds. So I have, there's about 2 and a quarter yards on this piece. So a little bit extra. We'll just call it 2 generous yards. So if someone would love this one, we'll run the 2 yards at 18, see what happens. And then we can run smaller pieces if.
Ribbon candy.
Yeah, it kind of looks like that, huh? All right, that's running. I just think that would be really cool with something Christmas. 2 yards, batik running. No takers on that one. Okay. And then this is really pretty, kind of a light green dams scroll on batik. Isn't that beautiful? And this piece I have, let's see. There's 2 yards on this one as well. So if someone wants that, 2 yards of batik running. Beautiful light green damps scroll. It is a pretty piece. That's going to Janet. Congrats, Janet.
And
you. That's gorgeous.
Thanks, Janet.
All right, let's see what else we've got in here. This is a really pretty burgundy wine red. It looks like there's a yard. Yeah, generous yard of this one. Someone wants that. Normal pricing is $5 a half yard, $10 a yard. I'm giving you a little break so we can get some of these moving. This is so pretty. Beautiful maroon. Cat's Crazy is in on that gorgeous batik. Thank you, Cat's.
Crazy.
That's coming to you. Let's get a giveaway running. So buyer giveaway running. Everyone get in and you get to pick something fun. I'm going to just hold up some nice things out of here. I've got some fat quarters. I've got some sewing clips. I've got some thread. I've got a little devil tool. I've got needles. So all kinds of stuff. I'll just grab like 3 things, hold them up. You get to pick something, buyer giveaway. So everyone that made a purchase, get in. Thank you so much for being here. This is beautiful red. I'll give everyone a second to get in that and then we'll pull it. I have a huge amount of this one. Let's see. What is 15 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 8 divided by 36.
3 1/3.
There's 3 1/3 yards on this piece. I can do $2, 2 yards, 1 yard, half yards. Let's run 2 yards and see where we're at. Because that's been the magic number today. $18 for 2 yards of this beautiful red batik. It has a nice smaller kind of little leafy design on it. Lots of subtle color changes. No takers on that one.
Hey, Jen, welcome in. Hey, Henrietta.
All right, I think these are pre-cut halves. Yeah, these are all pre-cut half yards. So half yard batik. Let's try $4 on some of these and see where that gets us. That one's running. Kind of a neat, like, I don't know. It almost looks like a snowflake, but I don't think it is. It's supposed to be and it's maroons and oranges. Okay, no one on that one. This is cool. Look at that one. So pre-cut half yard batik. That one's running. Gotta go get chickens. Those crazy chickens are hungry, huh? All right, now on that one, and then this is like a quatrefoil, and it has all kinds of colors in between, and it's a dark marbly brown. It's a pretty piece. That one is running. Someone wants that pretty half yard of batik. Janet is in for that one. Thank you, Janet.
Thank you, Janet.
Oh, here's one of those fun sample sets. Because she worked for the quilt shops, she had them come in and, give her sample sets that at the stores. And these are all ones that she, they're in big strips and sets of multiples, and these are all ones that she used a little bit out of. So you can see how some pieces are cut. But this one, look at this set. How pretty these are. And then this set. And then there's a couple of little pieces on this one and this one. I'm going to run this whole stack. I'm just going to weigh it. You're getting all this batik in, small pieces. This weighs 7.4 ounces. So that's a lot of batik because batiks are lightweight. And that is running. So you're getting all these batik sample pieces, and they're pretty decent sized pieces. And then if you like, I showed us some of these have some little cuts out of them. And Cat's taking that. The chickens are having to wait.
Crazy.
All right, that's coming to you.
Thanks, cats.
All right, is everyone in that giveaway that made a purchase? Let's draw it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Who gets to win and pick something? Leslie Quilts. Congrats. Thank you for being here. And let's see. I held up those clips. Now, where did they go? I was going to hold those. Here we go. So, quilting, the little quilt clips. I think there's about 10 in there. Fat quarter. This is a cute patriotic look. Or how about this really cute vintage embroidered trim? I think there's about, I don't know. Let's look. About 3/4 of a yard on there of trim with little Oh, it's like little snowmen. That's cute. So one clips, fabric, or trim. Which would you like? The fat quarter. You got it. That's coming to you. Bert, Leslie is getting this fat quarter.
Okay.
And
Thank you, Leslie.
congrats. We'll run another one in just a minute. So let's do some more quilting fabric for a minute, and then if you guys want some more batik. All right, this is a set of fabric that I have put together. You get a yard and 30 inches of this gorgeous RJR leaf. Is that not stunning? So yard and 30 inches of that, and then you get 2 yards and 22 inches of this beautiful mom print. And this one says it's by Seattle Bay Fabrics, and it's really nice cotton. So this all together, let's see, a yard and 30 and 2 yards and 22. So 2.5, 3, almost 4 yards of fabric on here on this set. All right, and this weighs more than a pound. And I'm going to run this for 20 bucks, almost 4 yards of fabric. And it won't let me weigh it. Come on, scale. We need new batteries in this apparently because it's literally not resetting.
Huh. Okay.
Let me see. Yeah, this is a pound and 6 ounces. All right, here we go. Let's do $19, almost 4 yards, yard and 30 inches of this gorgeous leaf, and then 2 yards and 22 inches of the mum print. These are beautiful. Martha is taking that deal. These are gorgeous. Bert, here's Martha's deal she just got.
Okay. Thank you, Martha.
Thank you, Martha. All right, this is a super cute Halloween piece. It is called Ghouls Night Out by Maywood Studio, and there's 2 yards on this piece. It is the coolest smoky gray silhouette. Is that not super cool? Someone needs this. Kind of has a damp look to it, and this is a 2 yard piece. I'm going to start this at 10. That's running 2 yards, Maywood Studio, Ghouls Night Out. Very cool. Halloween. Sorry for this, the little. And that's going to Martha. Thank you, Martha. That is a really fun piece. Very nice.
Thank you, Martha.
All right. I can't believe I still have this. This is the coolest fabric. It is by Tempting Tonals, designed by Fabric Freedom in London, England. So it's a British fabric, and it is beautiful cotton, and it looks like lava flow, and it's a full yard. Someone needs this. It is so freaking cool. All right, here we go. Lava Flow English British fabric, full yard. It's running, and it's beautiful quilting cotton. So someone wants that. If you did something for a kid with Hot Wheels, wouldn't that be fun to put with it? Janet is going to make that gorgeous piece. Good get. It's really pretty. All right, another buyer giveaway is running. So everyone get in. All right, how about, let's do a stash bundle. These are really nice pieces. They're from a couple of different lines, but they all kind of have the same vibe. And we have half yard, fat quarter, fat quarter, fat quarter. So let's see, that's 1 3/4 yards of fabric. Did I do my math right on that?
What do we have? Half
Oh,
yard,
wait,
half
hang
yard,
on.
what?
Just a second. This one looks like maybe, is that just the selvage showing through? Oh, this one has a fade line on it. See that fade line? That's weird because it's not even on the fold that's on here right now. It might be one that she got that was damaged. All right, so I'm going to include this, but it's got that fade line in there. So just note that. And we're going to do, so 1.5 yards plus another fat quarter. So here we go. All right, so fat quarter, fat quarter, fat quarter, 1/2 yard with some fading, and then another 1/2 yard. And I think these are all either Moda or I looked at one of them, it was Moda, and I can't remember the others, but they're all nice quilt shop brands. Cats Crazy's taking that
Okay.
bundle. Thank you, Cats.
Thanks, Cats.
All right, this is a really cute Halloween piece that is made to look like it's watermarked. See how that has, and this is from that really fun line that is for Crabapple Hill. You can't get this anymore. Crabapple Hill. And it's this fun little zigzaggy Halloween watermarked look orange. And I have 1.5 yards. So 1.5 yards of that one. Crabapple Hill. So cool. We just got a raid, a cozy corner. Thank you so much for the raid.
Thank you, Coach Corner.
Everyone, I'm going to draw that buyer giveaway and then we'll run a follower giveaway. So everyone that's a buyer, jump in that giveaway real quick. It's drawing now. If you didn't get in, boom. All right, buyer giveaway running. And Janet gets to pick. All right, I've got this fat quarter. I've got the clips, the quilt clips, or I've got this roll of really pretty blue, like embroidered trim, braided trim. And that's probably 1.5 yards to 2 yards. So 1, 2, or 3, which would you like? The fat quarter is coming to you. I don't have any quilts. I do have a couple of handmade projects. This one is a table runner that is quilted. So handmade table runner. And I have this one listed if you want to peek at this one. It is super cute. It is made with the line of fabric that is from Studio E called Wash Day. And it has the chickens, the irons, the sheep, and then the little clothesline with the birds and the clothes pins. And this was handmade by the estate owner. And it is a 20 wide, 40 long table runner. Someone's interested in that. Handmade, beautifully done, all quilting cottons table runner. So that's running if someone wants that. Is adorable. It's adorable. No takers on that. And then the other handmade things I have are all smaller projects like that table runner size stuff. This one is made with quilting cottons and felted wool. It is a beautiful hexagon table centerpiece for fall. Has your embroidery on the pumpkin, the acorn, and then the sunflower. It's so pretty. So I can do this one. Handmade autumn table centerpiece wool. And it measures, let's see, 23-inch diameter. 23-inch diameter. It's gorgeous. Thank you for your bid. Martha loves this. It's so pretty, isn't it? Thank you, Martha. That's coming to you. Gorgeous centerpiece for fall. Very nicely done. Bert, Martha's taken that. And then I have this piece that's
Martha.
also a felted wool centerpiece. And it is 18-inch diameter. And it is felted wool on the front. All the flowers are felted wool, little embroidered, stitched. And then it has just a nice woven cotton on the back. And there's a little bit of, let me find that spot. Some moths had a little bit of lunch right there. And then there's a few tiny little spots where you can see, but it doesn't show through. So nothing's, and I mean, you wouldn't even notice really unless you inspected this. So if someone would love this, it's very nice. 18-inch diameter, beautiful little felted wool handmade centerpiece is running. She loved to work with wool. So, all right, no takers on that. And then I've got this large table runner that is, the whole thing is wool. And it is so gorgeous. And it has this beautiful fringe. And it measures 13.5 wide by 42 long. I need you to pull up our Raider.
The Raider?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, that one's running. Everything on here is wool applique. It is absolutely gorgeous. And
Cozy
it's
corner.
hem stitched.
Where's my
Martha is taking that. Thank you, Martha. This is so beautiful. You will love it. That is coming to you.
with my phone?
All right, we got rated, and I forgot to run the giveaway because they asked for quilts, and I got off on a tangent on that. All right, this is a follower giveaway running, so everyone can get in. Bert's phone is buried over here. And sorry, I forgot to do that. A Cozy Corner was the raider. So everyone, I just pinned them in chat. Please give them a follow, and I'm going to pull up. If you're still here, I'm sorry I forgot. Here is Phyllis from A Cozy Corner. And her next show is tomorrow, 2 p.m. Linens. So who doesn't love some vintage linens? I do. Please give Phyllis a follow and bookmark that upcoming show. And thank you so much for choosing our show to rate. I appreciate that. All right. The other,
Come in, everybody.
the last handmade item I have is specific to Utah. It has the beehive and has kind of a primitive look. She did embroider Utah 2002 on it. If someone wants this, it is a cute little thing. You could pick out the Utah and just have a beehive, if you wanted to. And let me pull that up. Just a little mini quilt hanging that measures 16 by 17 and a half. And that is running if someone wants it. Cute little beehive with the flower, and see how it's quilted around. And this one is all quilting cottons and wovens. It's not wool.
You can hang it upside down, and then the Utah will be Hatton.
All right. That's running if anyone wants it. Little beehive wall hanging, quilted.
No,
take-
no, it'll be Yatton.
Yeah. All right. Let me rerun this nice template and see if someone wants this. It's the Wonder Cut ruler, and it is 6 wide just like your normal 6 wide rulers, and then it's 14.5 long, I think is what it was. Let's see. Yeah, 14.5 long. And it says on here it is the fastest and easiest way to make half square triangles, because it has all the markings on there for you to do your half square triangles. And then you just move the ruler for each size. So it's a pretty cool ruler. And if someone would love this, here we go. $8. Nice acrylic quilters ruler template for half square triangles. Nope. Okay. All right. Anyone else want felted wool? I have a couple of small scrap bags left. Felted wool. It's 3 ounces or more of little pieces of felted wool.
That was actually more than 4 ounces.
This one says bonus pack, so he overstuffed it, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, that one's running. $2 start. You get again 3 or more ounces of felted wool scraps.
Hey, Vintage Chick just rated it.
Vintage Chick with the raid. Get in that giveaway. It's still going. And you get to pick cotton or wool, and we'll pull up Vintage Chick. So what Jen is taking that one. Bonus. See, Bert wrote on here, small bonus pack of felted wool. All right, here is another one. This one has lots of red and green in it. So the person wanting to make strawberries, this is another good bag for that. And this one's a small wool bag. And it's not coming up. Did I run out of units on my thing?
Maybe because I
All right.
made a lot
Well,
of bags.
It's a $2 start, so I'll just run it by weight. Okay, so here this one is running, and then I'm gonna pull up Vintage Chick if you'll hand me your phone again.
Paula
is winning the giveaway, and this bag of felted wool, mostly greens and reds, is running. Small felted wool scraps, 3 to 4 ounces of scraps. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it's
great.
what I help.
Taking that one.
Thank you,
How
Esprita.
have you been finding scraps? Your daughter wants to work on applique. Yeah, that's awesome. So take a picture of, take a screenshot of this for inspiration to show her how beautiful this wool applique is. So this is one of her quilts, not for sale, just lent so I can show so how beautiful this wool applique is. All the flower baskets are wool applique. All right. And then let's pull up Vintage Chick. Another amazing seller
Paul
here.
Nav won the giveaway.
Who did?
Paul Nav.
Oh, cotton or wool, Paul. Cotton or wool. And I'm going to pull up Vintage Chick here. All right, here is Vintage Chick pinned in chat. Please tap her name and follow her. And here's her profile. And her next show is tomorrow at 6:40 a.m. my time. And she's doing $5 full yard deals. So you don't want to miss that show. And then she's also got a Sunday fabric show on the 26th, and then some more shows scheduled out. Please give her a follow and bookmark her upcoming shows. She's an adorable seller, always has really nice stuff. All right, and Paul, did Paul respond in chat? Do you want wool or fabric? Cotton fabric. Here's the cotton fabric set. And then, or you can get one of these little wool felted wool
Paul Nav
sets.
or Paul Navi.
Paul disappeared, I guess. So Paul, I'm gonna take a
Hal Lenev.
stab at sending you some little wool. So that's coming to you unless you come back in and say otherwise. Congrats.
Congrats.
So I went in to get you guys.
All right. And let's see what else. Oh, I was going to run this really awesome crabapple tree Salem Quilt Show Meg Hockey of Crabapple Hill Studio, Maywood Studio. Look at the selvage with the witch hats. And then you've got this fun watermarked on purpose. That's part of the way they did this fabric. And these fun little kind of whimsical color Halloween colors. This is all right, and this was 1.5 yards, I said. Yeah. So if someone wants this 1.5 yards crab apple fabric, let's run it. 1.5 yards, that's running. This is such a fun, pretty watermarked look. Crab apple hill. 1.5 yards, and that is going to Martha.
Martha. Martha. I know, it's Marsha. Thanks, Martha.
All right, let's get another buyer giveaway going, and then we're gonna wrap things up because I have to go to my niece's graduation celebration tonight. So buyer giveaway, everyone that made a purchase, get in.
Tonight
I've got,
we'll make history.
let's see what this piece is.
You and
Oh, this is like a fat 1/8. That's really pretty. Fat 1/8 of that fabric. I've got this gorgeous chenille rick rack that I think is 1 yard, more than 1 yard. It's more than 1 yard. I think it's 2 yards. And then I've got this little wooden spool that has this cute trim wrapped around it. I don't know how much is on there. And I've got quilt clips, 10 of them. So any of those items up for grabs, drawing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
the headlines.
Lisa, congrats.
Hey.
What would you like? Quilt kit or quilt clips, fabric, chenille, the quilt clips. You got it. Gonna always use more of those, right?
Congrats,
All right.
Lisa.
Another buyer giveaway running. Get in again. Let me grab something else. Oh, this is a little one of those blocks of the thread conditioner. So you can run your thread through it. So if you do a lot of hand stitching, you run your thread through this and it conditions it. So it's in a little bag of that, block of that. I've got a little purple seam ripper. All right, is everybody in? Oh, and I've got this nice spool of, let's see what this says. The bottom line superior threads, top stitch 70-10. It's like a silvery gray. All right, everybody in. Here we go. Drawing our winner. Who's it gonna be? Kaywin, congrats. All right, fat 1/8 of fabric, thread conditioner, the little wood spool with the ribbon, the chenille rick rack, jumbo, the thread, or the seam ripper.
The fat 1/8, please.
The fat 1/8 is coming to you. Thank you for being here, everybody. We're gonna go find someone to raid, and we are headed to Austin this weekend. We won't have this show next week because we're gonna be gone Monday and push some other shows. And next time we have this show, which will probably be in 2 weeks, I'm going to be doing boxes full. So boxes full of fabric, and because we're getting down to the nitty gritty on what's left, so I'm going to just kind of do some boxes full of quilting cottons. So thank you so much, everybody, and we probably will do some boxes full of wool too. All right, so let's go see who we can raid. Thank you so much for being here. Stick around for just a minute. Put thread spools in the chat.
Thank you, Seth.
And we're gonna go raid
Thank you,
into.
Leslie J.
Let's go raid into So Happy Crafting, who is live at the quilt shop. Do you guys want to go there? Because that sounds fun to me. Although she has a lot of people, we can raid a newer seller if you want to. Because I do like to support newer sellers. But I'm kind of thinking it would be fun to see what So Happy Crafting's doing at the quilt shop. She has made a quilt shop connection friend that she's getting a lot of stuff from. So let's go there. Here we go. So Happy Crafting at the quilt shop. Have fun. Have a wonderful night. And we will see you guys on Tuesday. I might go live over the weekend, but probably not.
See you
Thanks
guys.
so